Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to be talking about an Athalia Supreme Arena defense, which I honestly believe is the most difficult to counter, maybe even an uncounterable team. And it really is just showing you how Athalia is kind of just a broken hero in PvP. Like, I'm going to show you the team right now. We have our top one player of the district, and I have managed to even beat him in Supreme Arena, but we cannot beat his Athalia team. We can only potentially beat the other two teams, and I do appreciate your guys' input when I made a video about the Lightbearer comp earlier, Supreme Arena defense, which I didn't know how to deal with. Now we are being able to beat that. I will probably talk about that later in the video, but this Athalia team, honestly, let me know if you have any ideas for how to deal with it. But we've tried tankiness, we've tried diagonal nuke. Iron nuke doesn't work. And I'm just going to show you what formation exactly he's running. So he's running it with the Dunlinger. This is going to be the team that he's actually running. Life Force Spell onto Athalia. Niru Charms to give true damage onto Athalia. Graveborn Faction Talents to begin nuking the enemies with that. And also giving Athalia bonus attack. Thoran is going to soul pack Ludovic to protect him, because actually Ludovic, if you can keep him alive, the healing can be useful. And also, like, the Niru Charms onto Athalia are probably better than just having, like, the damage reduction from Thoran onto Athalia. And then he has Dunlinger, who is going to prevent the enemy from casting ultimates because he has it with the Spellbind, and also giving the bonus buff to Athalia. So this comp is ridiculous, and like, I have tried everything. I tried Graveborn Nuke with Heroic, that doesn't even get close. tankiness, we'll show you some replays of that. It seems like maybe there's a chance, but honestly, it is still convincingly in the Athalia's favor. And then like, nothing else really can do it. So I'm really impressed with this team, and I just don't know how to deal with it. And when he uses it on offense, sometimes he doesn't even run Dunlinger. Like, if he doesn't need Dunlinger, if I don't have any immediate ultimates, he'll just run Siren on this team along with Graveborn, Nuke, and Athalia. And then it's even more difficult to deal with. Like, that is ridiculous. So, but I'm going to show you that, guys, this. I'm really happy with my new Supreme Arena defenses as well. I'm going to show you guys that as well, and make like an update to the teams. However, I want to now show you our replay when we attacked him and we were unable to beat his Athalia team. So this is one team that we tried the diagonal nuke, and it actually didn't do as bad as I thought it was going to be. But look how quickly Athalia kills. So Graveborn Faction Talent set up a kill, and then within 3 seconds of the match, she's already killed 2 to 3 enemies. And now it's like, I mean, she's at full health. She has a life force stacks maxed out, and like, my diagonal can't really do anything from that point. So it's just so fast. This is the thing about Athalia. Not only does she have massive damage, but she is just too quick at ramping up and just eliminating the entire enemy team. If we take a look at another match, so for example, I tried using tankiness Bonnie comp, and I mean, we did survive for a decent amount of time, but honestly, if you look at it, it doesn't really even get close. And the opponent comp, like, are we doing anything? Like, we have the debuff applied onto the Athalia with the Bonnie, but it still isn't enough. Athalia is still nuking practically my whole team. She's at like 80% health right now. And she is just killing things. Like, we do manage to kill his Dunlinger, which is a good thing, and then we also kill the Niru, I guess, but Athalia doesn't even come close to being killed, and this is that equal Paragon advantage. Like, we're at the Paragon, matching Paragon tiers, and it doesn't really even come close. And normally, when you have a hyper carry on the back rearmost child who's gonna get debuffed by Bonnie, that hard shuts it down, like if it's a diagonal, for example, or even Heroic. But with Athalia, it's just like, she doesn't even care. And this isn't even the optimal comp. If he's going to try to run into tankiness, then he just runs Siren. Like, if you take a look at here, if he's trying to destroy my tankiness team, he's just going to run Siren. There's no point of him running the running Dunlinger into this team. And just watch this. So, yeah, and I mean, the enemy still has a debuff onto Athalia, the Bonnie debuff, but it doesn't even come close to killing anything. And this is like the strongest meta team, the tankiness team. So I'm honestly just thinking, like, Athalia is just broken. And I know Graveborn Faction Talent is definitely help her, but like, her damage output is so high that I think even in future seasons, even without like this initial massive HP loss of enemies, I still think Athalia would be good, like in basically any faction talent. So I'm basically just saying that, in my opinion, I think Athalia is the most broken PvP hero in the game. Yeah, I can safely say that, because as a hyper carry. Now, this doesn't mean, like, for example, you begin, like, max investing into her and trying to dominate PvP. Because, like, if you look at his other supporting heroes, they're all Paragon 4. They're all maxed out, and that is how you get Athalia to her full potential. If you do not have all of your entire team at the high Paragon level, Athalia is not going to do as well. Like, for example, on this account here, I have a Supreme plus Athalia. Good luck making her useful for anything. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to share them, because that is how we came up with this team to defeat the Lightbearer comp. And I'll just show you a replay of this. So this is the Lightbearer comp that I talked about in like a Supreme Arena video that is doing very well because it's so strong. It has a surging spell for shielding, it has Hugin for shielding, it has Rowan for potions, it has the twins, it has the summon Hogan, and so basically you can't just brute force and nuke through it. However, if you deny their surging spell with like Siren, for example, and you do Iron into Siren combo along with Lenya for massive damage, this is a pretty safe clear. But even then, this shows you how annoying the Hogan is. Like, even at the end when the fight is basically over, it lasts another 30 seconds just killing the Hogan because of how tanky he is. So we did manage to deal with that, and I'm happy about that. So just one thing I want to update you about the pay-to-win Supreme Arena defenses. I've changed up the team number 1. Rather than the Graveborn Heroic Nuke, because honestly the Graveborn Heroic team is just not really competing at the highest level anymore. It might work for the level you're at and you can stick to that, but for right now I'm going to be running this Dunlinger Diurnal. Even though it's not as highly Paragon upgraded on this account as a Heroic team, I still think it's just better overall, and we're running it with the Harmonic spell. And then for the team number 2, really important point, I put Iron here. Because I thought I want to have Iron behind Niru. That's basically it. That was my only thought process. But this is a very bad position for Iron. The reason for it is because of Lightbearer faction tiles, which you always have to keep in mind. Lightbearer faction tiles summon a Hogan in front of your frontmost hero, which is Niru here. And then allies within 2 tiles of that summon are going to be stunned for 3 seconds. So the Hogan stuns my Iron before Iron is able to cast ultimate. And then what is the point of Iron? So you need to move Iron to the other side. And again, I don't want to move him here because Summon Hogan can probably still stun him. I'm moving it all the way to the right side. He has to be behind Niru, of course, but you need him to be away from the Niru so that he doesn't get stunned in the Summon Hogan. That is really important. But otherwise, this is a really good team. I'm a big fan of it, and we're running it even like with Paragon 2 Siren, Paragon 3 other heroes, and it is still doing well. So that is really good. And then this team we talked about. And then team number 3, I was running Lorison here rather than Haywin to try it out. However, it's not as good. Haywin is still the best. I was thinking maybe Lorison would be better to nuke the opponent quicker, but no, Haywin is still really good. And have her on the charm though. And this is like the optimal positioning. You need to have Talion behind the Tassi, so the enemy, if they're running Bonnie, they debuff your Talion rather than your Tassi. And then also have Daemon Charms onto Tassi to give her the protection she needs to not be, for example, insta-killed or anything. So this is like basically the ideal formation for all of these. And now I'm really happy with this team. Overall, I think it's great. So yeah, but the thing about it, this is Athalia. How do you deal with Athalia? Honestly speaking, there is just not really a great counter to a team like this. This is a crazy team. And it is really just maxing out the potential of Athalia. Life Force Fall, Niru Charms onto Athalia. Dunlinger's Mythic Plus ability boost onto Athalia. That's some haste, right? Haste and attack buff. Decent attack buff, or like small attack buff, and then Ludovic Charms give when he heals an ally, he gives them bonus attack. It's just ramping up this Athalia, as well as triggering the Graveborn faction talents, getting more attack by seizing the soul of the opponent, and then dealing 25% bonus damage to those who they've seized, the souls they've seized. Yeah, so this is really the optimal Athalia comp for this season. Graveborn nuke with Athalia, and either you have Thoran in front of Athalia, and you can get rid of Niru and run something else, or you run Niru Charms onto Athalia, and you run a comp like this. You don't have to run Dunlinger, you can run Siren like we saw, and that's also really strong. But overall, Athalia is just a very powerful hero, and if you have any idea of how to deal with this comp, please let me know in the comment section, and I can do some testing. But overall, I'm happy, because we have refined our teams, and with our new team performance, yeah, like look at this, like this rank 3 player is very strong, like Paragon 3 basically level of upgrades, and we're holding really well now. with these teams. And even when we were attacked with the rank 1 player, we did even win with the Diagonal team, and he brought the best 2 counters to the other 2 teams. So even though they're good teams, they just lost. So overall, I'm happy with the new Supreme Arena defense lineup we have. And that is another thing to mention. Do not get caught up in the hype. Like, the point of these videos is trying to just showcase you PvP comps if you have Athalia, or just to keep these things in mind, and maybe so that we can brainstorm ways of countering it. The point of this video is not to say, okay, everyone recruit Athalia now, and she's a must build. That's not the point of this video, and honestly, I prefer to make use of the heroes you have, and try to come up with counters to these comps, and refine your teams to make them better, and then it's a really satisfying and rewarding experience. Like, for example, on this account, after putting together these 3 teams, and now you just saw my defense logs, I'm very happy, because even though these might not be the #1 teams in the current meta, and they don't all have Paragon 4 heroes, it's good enough. Like you need to always think about you're competing at whatever is the maximum potential of your account, okay? Doesn't mean you have to complete everything. You have to actually run the overall #1 top team. Doesn't mean you have to build all the Celestial Hypogeans up to Paragon 4. Like, that's just if people can afford to do that. For most people, that shouldn't even be a thought, right? It's just about making the most of what you have, and really, you can make a lot from little. That is honestly the truth. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you think about this Athalia comp and how to deal with it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and we're getting close, thanks to all of your support. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. I look forward to chatting with you guys there more. But thank you for watching, and until the next video, everyone, peace out for now.